Good morning, students. As we know, in the last class, we started the chapter, that is the chapter number 4 of 4.1, Vedic culture. We already started this chapter, and in the previous two classes, we have discussed about the introduction to the Aryans, and also that is the political condition and also the social condition we discussed in the previous class. Now, today we are going to start one more concept of this chapter, that is the Vedic culture. One more condition we are going to discuss, one of the important conditions we are going to discuss, that is the economic condition. And what is economic condition? What it include in this economic condition? Especially in this economic condition, you can see the main occupation of these peoples, and also one more, the different trade and trade relations. So that all the things we are going to discuss mainly in this point, that is the economic condition. As we know, the Aryans or in early Vedic period, Aryans was lived in the villages. Small villages are there during that time, and in that small villages they are living. Who? The early Vedic period's Aryan people. Here, agriculture was the main occupation. So, whatever nowadays there are different types of the occupations are there now in our society. But there is early Vedic period. Nowadays also in India, agriculture is the main or one of the biggest occupation of our Indian people. Most of Indians are engaged in the agriculture. Like the same only that time that the agriculture was the main occupation of Aryans. With this or beside the agriculture, cattle rearing is also another occupation of Aryans. Cattle rearing is what a different type of animals they domesticate, they rear for the different purpose. For example, the cow, buffalo for the purpose of the milk, sheep they domesticate this cattle for the meat and also for the milk. So like that, the cattle rearing is also another one. The occupation of this Aryans. Apart from this, here they cultivated land. Whatever they cultivate, already I told you the agriculture is the main occupation, and that's why here whatever the land is cultivated. For example, take the example. This land was cultivated by Aryans. This land was cultivated by the Aryans. Cultivated means where they grow the different types of the food grain. Where they grow the barley, where they grow the rice, where they grow the wheat, that land is called as a, or that cultivated land is called as the kshetra. See, one last question will ask for this. What was a kshetra? What was the kshetra? Kshetra is nothing but the cultivated land. Whatever the land is cultivated by the Aryans, that the cultivated land is called as the kshetra. Okay. Then one more here, that the simple professions. With this, agriculture is the main profession, main occupation. With this, some other professions also exist in the society of our Aryans. For example, the carpentry. So one more thing, pottery, weaving. These also other professions also existed in our Vedic culture or in the economic condition of Vedic trade. Whatever the trade, one more already I told you at the beginning. The trade you have to no. The trade is limited. It is not expanded. It is limited. Only some purpose they are doing trade. For this only some product they are doing business. Okay. Trade is limited. On the another side, so nowadays we have a different type of the wealth. What is wealth? That is our some worldly things we call as the wealth. For example, our land, our buildings, our amount, whatever the bank balance we can call as the gold. These are all considered as the wealth nowadays. But during that time, the cattle, whatever the domesticated animals, cattle is nothing but domesticated animals. Cattle is considered as the wealth of Aryans. Question asked for the one mass. What was the wealth of Aryans? What was the wealth of Aryans? The cattle is considered as the wealth of Aryans during that time. Okay. Next one is also barter system, that is exchange of thing. Barter system was existed or practiced in the economic condition of our Aryans. Apart from this, but what happened? Some changes was took place in later Vedic age. So in early Vedic age, whatever things are there now, in that things in later Vedic period, some changes was took place. What were the changes was took place? Whatever the small villages in the early Vedic period, now that all small villages become converted into the cities. So it become a bigger cities. Then which were the cities that existed during that time? Hastinapura. So apart from this, that is Indraprastha, Kosambi. So these are the cities that existed during that time. Now agriculture. Still the agriculture is the main occupation. Still today also, and that today also, or in later Vedic period also, the agriculture is the main occupation in later Vedic period also. With this, cattle rearing does also exist. Is also another one occupation during that time. And here different professions. I told you the carpentry, pottery, weaving. These professions also continued in the later Vedic period during the time of Vedic culture. Here now the whatever the trade is limited in the early Vedic period. No, so now the trade is become important. So the trade become important. So during that time or in the later Vedic period of our Vedic culture. Apart from this, so there are some of the important goods, or we can call as some of the important articles. Which articles they have trade between one another? For example, it is the cotton, silk. These are the two main items. They trade with these two system or the two articles. Barter system still existed, but beside this barter system, there is also nishka. That is the we call as the piece of gold. Piece of gold is also used for exchange the things for the trade purpose. Now we are using the amount or money. So money we are used. So during that time, the nishka, piece of gold is also used for in the trade. So this is another economic condition of a Vedic culture. ಏನಿದೆ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಮೊದಲ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಲಿ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಜನವನ್ನು ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸಣ್ಣ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೃಷಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಒಂದು ವೃತ್ತಿನಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅಕ್ಯುಪೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಟಲ್ ರೇರಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆಯೂ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರವು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸೀಮಿತವಾಗಿನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಉಳುಮೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಭೂಮಿ, ಕಲ್ಟಿವೇಟೆಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ಯಾಟಲ್, ಅವರು ಸಾಕಿರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಅವರ ಆಸ್ತಿನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ. ನಂತರದ ವೇದಿಕ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸಣ್ಣ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗಳನ್ನು ದೊಡ್ಡವಾಗಿ ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಯಾವ ನಗರ? ಹಸ್ತಿನಾಪುರ, ಕೋಸಂಬಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ನಗರವನ್ನು ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಇತ್ತು. ವ್ಯಾಪಾರವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಕೃಷಿಯನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಹತ್ವದ ಕಸಬು ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ವೃತ್ತಿನಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಸಾಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ನಿತರ ಕೆಲವು ವೃತ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದುವರೆದಿರುವುದು ನೋಡುತ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರವನ್ನು ಮಹತ್ವ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬಾರ್ಟರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ವಸ್ತು ವಿನಿಮಯ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾರಿಗಿದೆ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಿಷ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬಳಸಿದರು ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ religious condition. It's very important. What it included, what it contained in the religious condition. Very easily we can write down this. The famous question we ask for this: write a note on the religious condition of Aryans. See, let us see. That is the religious condition of Aryans. See, now in India there is many religious people. The people of India belongs to the many religions. So that's why I told you the India is considered the museum of religions. Museum of religions. Many Indian people, Indian civilization belongs to the many religions. So for example, like Hinduism, Muslims, Christians, Jain, Buddhist, Parsis, and also the Sikhism. So well, but among these all the religion, Hinduism is one of the biggest religion of our India, and these all Aryans who followed, who belongs to the Hinduism, and this Hinduism have also called by the different names. How the India was called is called by the different names. No, like the same only our Hinduism. So Hinduism is also called by the different names, called by the different names. Then which are these non names? The Hinduism is also called by the Sanatana Dharma, Brahmanical Dharma. So and also the Hinduism. So these are the different names of this religion, of our Hindu religion, and this Hindu religion followed by the Aryan people. And here this religion, whatever there are many religions, hundreds of religions available existed in the world, no, among this all religion, Hinduism is also one of the oldest religion of the world. At the beginning, what was the condition of religious condition of the Aryans in early Vedic period? So in every condition we divide into the two periods. First one is the early and second one is the later Vedic period. Early Vedic period, what was this system was exist, and here I told you the Hinduism is one of the oldest religion. Still it is a practice. See, it is not declining. It is not ended. Still it is practiced. Still there are many people who become a follower of this religion, follower of Hinduism. One more thing, the early Aryans. So early Aryans who worship the nature. Who worship the nature means what? The things which existed in the nature, that things worshipped by the Aryans. See, the things existed in the nature, that things were worshipped by the Aryans. It means they were not worshipped any idol. See, nowadays in Hinduism we are worshipped many idols. No, so different types of the idol we are worshipped. But the early Vedic period people did not worship any idol. They worship the nature. What is the nature? That is, the things existed in the nature. For example, we take the example like they worship the god like the Indra, Varuna, Agni. See, Indra, Varuna means rain, Agni means fire. So Vayu means air. Then is also the Surya, Prithvi means our earth, Surya means sun. So see, whatever the things that existed in the nature, that all considered as a god by the early Vedic period, by the Aryans. See, it's a very important point. Okay, so you have to write this all. Means there was no idol worship. There was, for example, we'll take the Vayu. Vayu means air. How can we make the statue of or idol of a Vayu means air? It is possible? It is not possible. So rain. Is it possible to make an idol of rain? It is not possible. We cannot give a particular shape for that. Can we give a shape for the air? No. So that's why there was no idol worship in the early Vedic period. Here it means they were polytheist. Polytheist. What do you mean by polytheist? That is the worship of many gods. So the worship of many gods, it is called as the polytheist. The Aryans also the polytheist. They worship the many gods. Apart from this, there was a method of worship was very simple. There is no any mantra, there is no any nothing other things. There is a worship method, the system of worship of the god Varuna, Prithvi, Agni, what we call as fire, we call as so it was very simple. It's very simple method was used by the Aryans, early Aryans for their worship. Okay. One more to praise the God. They compose the different shlokas. Whatever the shlokas included in the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, then all the shlokas that are composed by the Aryans. Here, the simple rituals, that is the different methods of religion. Simple rituals and also the performance, yajna yagas was a very simple in early Vedic period of our Vedic culture. But some changes were took place in the later Vedic period. Now note, धार्मिक स्थिति, धार्मिक स्थिति वैदिक संस्कृति धार्मिक स्थिति ಯಾವ ತರ ಇತ್ತು, ಯಾವ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಅವರು ಅನುಕರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಪಾಲನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಯಾವ ದೇವತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಆಳಿದ್ದು, ಯಾವ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪದ್ಧತಿಗಳಿತ್ತು, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಮೊದಲ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಆರ್ಯನ್ಸು ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮ, ಅದೇ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದೂಯಿಸಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸನಾತನ ಧರ್ಮ, ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣಿಕ ಧರ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಒಂದು ಹಳೆಯ ಪ್ರಾಚೀನನಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಧರ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮ ಅವರ ಪಾಲನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅದೇ ತರ ಅವರು ನಿಸರ್ಗವನ್ನು ಆರಾಧಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು ಅಥವಾ ಪೂಜೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ನಿಸರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಪೃಥ್ವಿ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೂರ್ಯ, ಅಗ್ನಿ, ವರುಣ, ಈ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ದೇವತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರ ಆರಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಯಾರು ಆರ್ಯನ್ಸ್. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಐಡಲ್ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್, ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಾಗಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಆರಂಭಿಕ ವೇದಿಕ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಪೂಜೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಂತರವಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಧರ್ಮದ ಆಚರಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸರಳವಾದ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾದನಾಗಿದ್ದು, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಯಾಗಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಂಭಿಕ ವೇದಿಕ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯನ್ನು ವೇದಿಕ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ನಂತರ ವೇದಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ವಾಟ್ ದ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ that took place in later Vedic period? What were the changes that took place? Let us see what is the religious condition in a later Vedic period. See, in later Vedic period, the practice of religion was become complex. Complex is very difficult. It's difficult. It's complex in a later Vedic period of Aryans. See, at the in the early Vedic period, it's very simple. Now it become a complex. But apart from this, now number of gods was increased. Many gods were increased. Whatever in the early Vedic period, there is only some number of gods were existed. Whatever they are polytheistic, means they worship the many gods. But the number of gods was limited. Now the number of gods will become increased. So many new gods was come into existence. See, many new gods were come into existence, and this all the gods have a special features and also the special shapes and designs. See, how is it? Every god had its own shape in later Vedic period. Apart from this, idol worship was come into existence. In early Vedic period, there was no idol worship. There is no any statue or any idol of god or goddesses. But in later Vedic period, the idol worship was come into existence during that time. Apart from this, the gods were graded. So the higher god, lower god, like this. They made the grades of gods in the later Vedic period or the culture. Apart from this, one more thing, the new god like the Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, so Ganesh, Kartikeya, Parvati, Lakshmi, so Kali, Durga. So these are the many new gods that come into existence in later Vedic period. And one more thing, in some religions, so now in the Islam religion we can see already we discussed in the last become considered as prohibited in that religion. Some, for example, the pig. Pig is prohibited in the what we call as in Islam religion. Like the same way, here the cow is considered as here the holy or the considered as a sacred in our Hinduism or a Hindu religion, or the killing of this or slaughter we call as a killing of this our cow is prohibited in this religion, in this Hindu religions. Apart from this, that is the procedure of worship also become complex, become difficult. Apart from this, here now the new method, mantras, elaborated rituals was come into existence. Before that, in earlier period, there was no any mantras, but now the mantras was come into existence. Elaborate, extended, so elaborate rituals, elaborate methods of yajna was come into existence in a later Vedic period of our Hinduism. Many bad things was also come into existence. Vedic religion, that is the practice of evil worship. See, bad things will also come into existence in Hinduism during that time. That is our evil practices. Apart from this, there is witchcraft, black magic. So these are all the things was come into existence in later Vedic period. ನಂತರ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ಆರ್ಯನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಏನಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಏನಂದರೆ ಜಟಿಲನಾಗಿದೆ, ಕಠಿಣನಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಟ್ಟವನ್ನು ದೇವರ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿದೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ದೇವರ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಆಕಾರವನ್ನು ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ಬಂದಿರುವುದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಪೂಜೆಯನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆರಂಭನಾಗಿದೆ. ಎತ್ತಿನ ಮೊದಲು ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತು, ಈ ಮೂರ್ತಿ ಪೂಜೆಯನ್ನು ಆರಂಭನಾಯಿತು, ಶುರುವಾಯಿತು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ, ವಿಷ್ಣು, ಗಣೇಶ್, ಕಾರ್ತಿಕೇಯ, ಪಾರ್ವತಿ, ಕಾಳಿ, ದುರ್ಗಾ, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಹೆಸರಿನಿಂದ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ದೇವರುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆಕಳವನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಕಾವನ್ನು ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳಲಾಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಕಾವನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಆಕಳವನ್ನು ಕೊಲ್ಲುವುದು ನಿಷೇಧವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವಿಸ್ತೃತವಾದ ಒಂದು ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಆಚರಣೆಗಳು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅದೇ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಿಲ್ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್, ಸೊ ದೆವ್ವಗಳ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್, ಮಾಟ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಮಾಟ ಮಂತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು, ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂತು ಲೇಟರ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ನಾವು ಸೊ ದ ವರ್ಣಾಸ್, ashramas and also the purusharthas become the integral part of a people, integral part of a Hinduism. So apart from this, here the entire life, so entire life of the Hindu was guided by the samskaras. See, it's very important compared to the European countries and Indian countries, so that our life was guided by the samskaras. Then what is samskaras? Here in many times at the time of childhood we make the many mistakes. We make the many mistakes. For example, we speak false. Many times we speak false. False. That time our mother, father, or any grandmother who told you, so that is the speaking false. This is the wrong thing. So you should always be on the truth. You should be always speak the truth. This was a samskar was one at the time of childhood, and that's why I told you. That's why here in early Vedic period and also later Vedic period, the Hindu's life was guided by our samskaras. So here, apart from this, here our religion, Hindu religion, who believes on some principles, we call it principles. What are these all principles? The Hindu religion believes on the birth, so rebirth, and also birth, death, and also rebirth. According to Hinduism, so the one of the child or one person who took the birth, after he was become death, after the death he was become a rebirth. On this principle, the Hinduism people was a believer. Aryans were a believer. Apart from this, they also believe on the soul migration. So see, soul migration. They also believe on the soul migration. What do you mean by the soul migration? This incident we saw in many times in our many pictures. So there is also one picture, whatever, I don't know. I forget the name of that movie. But the soul migrations, no. So ಆತ್ಮವನ್ನು ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆತ್ಮವನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಆಗುವಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. Okay, soul migration. On that principle also they were believed. Apart from this, they given that is the object of the soul. Whatever every human having soul, no. What is the objective? That is to attain the moksha. To attain the moksha, to reach the God. That is the main. The what we call as the main object of the soul, that is to attain the moksha. Apart from this, there was many sacred books in our Hinduism. And how can we attain the moksha? Through the many ways, through the many paths, we can attain the moksha. So through the jnana, through the bhakti, through the our yoga. So through this we can attain the moksha according to the our Hinduism. Here there are also many sacred books of Hinduism. For example, that is the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, Smritis. These are considered as sacred books, holy books of our Hinduism. Ramayana, Mahabharata also have much importance in our Hindu religion. So this is under religious condition of our Vedic culture. ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ ಧಾರ್ಮಿಕ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಶ್ರಮ ಪುರುಷಾರ್ಥಾಸಗಳನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇಡೀ ಒಂದು ಹಿಂದೂ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಜೀವನವನ್ನು ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರಗಳಿಂದ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಪಟ್ಟಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ತತ್ವಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸವನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಹೊಂದಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ್ಮ, ಮೃತ್ಯು, ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ, ಸೋಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷವನ್ನು, ಇದೇನು ಆತ್ಮದ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುವುದು, ಸಾಲ್ವೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯುವುದು. ಆ ಮೋಕ್ಷವನ್ನು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಪಡೆಯುವುದು? ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ, ಕರ್ಮದ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಭಕ್ತಿಯ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ, ಯೋಗದ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಮೋಕ್ಷವನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಬಹುದು. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ವೇದ, ಉಪನಿಷದ, ಸ್ಮೃತಿಗಳನ್ನು, ಇದು ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದ ಕೃತಿಗಳನ್ನು, ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳನ್ನು ಅಂತ ಕರೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಲಾಗಿದೆ. ರಾಮಾಯಣ, ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಕೂಡ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು, ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೂ ಧರ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ Vedic culture. One more thing, that is the education and science, to discuss in the next